3 nice guy mistakes that turn women off. And listen, if you keep doing this, you'll sabotage your chances of attracting the women you actually want. The attractive, emotionally stable, girlfriend material women you could actually form a long-term relationship with. Over the last few years, I've seen 3 mistakes repeatedly happen with my private clients. And the moment a woman notices them, it's an immediate loss of attraction, where she gets that immediate ick and checks out. At that point, it's game over and you're permanently out of her mind. The third mistake is so common, I still see some of my close friends doing it with the women they like. So let's get into these mistakes. Mistake number 1, being too logical on dates. Here's the truth about dating that most men forget. Women want to have fun, especially during your first and second dates. A woman isn't there to listen to your interview questions or a recap of your life story. Yet most men, when they sit down with a woman on a date, they'll default to this safe, familiar, resume type conversation. Where are you from? What do you do? How long have you lived here? What are your hobbies? And it's not that these subjects are inherently bad subjects, but if you don't move past these questions, you won't create a genuine emotional bond. If you're good at landing first dates, but you're finding it hard to secure second and third ones, particularly with the women you're most interested in, this is often the problem. Your conversations are simply not sparking her emotions. And the reason why most men fall into this trap is because it feels safer to have these surface level logical conversations like this. Men think if I stick to logical, polite conversation like this, I won't make a mistake. But here's the thing, if you're constantly worried about saying the wrong thing, you're also stopping yourself from saying the right thing. And this is particularly prevalent amongst left-brained men, the entrepreneurs, the finance people, the software engineers. They're accustomed to a very logical way of thinking, of reason, efficiency, and risk aversion. But when a woman carves out 2 hours of her time to meet you, it's because she's seeking an experience and wants to feel something. And when a date goes well, it's always because things are light-hearted, playful, and a little bit silly. There's playful teasing, little jokes, and light flirting, and playful misunderstandings. Elements you need to inject into your conversations to create chemistry. Also, one way men will sabotage attraction is by taking everything she says at face value. She jokes and you see it as an offense. She teases and you get defensive. You have to stop assuming the worst, because that will send a message that you're not comfortable in your own skin and are a little bit insecure. And if you're always serious and logical, she's gonna think, why am I even here? This guy's dull. He's not even fun, and he doesn't even know how to be cool and relaxed. So the solution is, be cool, don't overreact, and don't take what she says as a personal attack. Also, tease and flirt with her lightly, but also ask genuine questions. Find out more about what motivates her. Discover who she is, what matters to her. And when she shares something personal, something you can tease, flirt, or playfully misinterpret, do that. Because getting to know someone should be enjoyable. That's the whole point of a date. Number 2, not taking the lead. Women want a man who can lead. A common mistake men make is not planning the date. They'll text back and forth for days, and when it's time to lock in the date, they'll say something like, where do you want to go out? Do you want to pick the place? What time works for you? From her point of view, this is anti-seductive. Think about it from her perspective. If she's attractive, she has options from a lot of men. So if we know that to be true, who gets to bring her on a date? The person who complicates things, who asks her where she wants to go? Or the one who keeps it simple? Here's what she wants: to have the whole plan made for her. The place, the day, the time for her to arrive and just have a good experience. So your role is to handle the logistics, choosing the venue, choosing the time, choosing somewhere convenient, and keeping all of that simple and straightforward. A lot of flakes happen due to a lack of leadership in the logistics. You were vague, too slow to respond, wishy-washy, and hesitant. You asked too many questions and went back and forth too much. And if on paper you've got your act together, the money, the status, the looks, this can be even more of a problem because you're essentially saying, I can run a whole company, but I can't pick a place for a drink. So if you want women to start seeing you in a better light, start here. Do all the planning for the date. Make it easier for her to say yes. And here's the surprising part. When I ask attractive women after a date, what made you want to meet with me? Many of them don't even mention my profile. They'll say things like, you made it simple, and you weren't dragging things out for weeks. You chose the place, you set the time, and I just had to show up. That's what leadership and decisiveness looks like. Mistake number 3, you're playing not to lose instead of playing to win. This particular behavior is the most dangerous one to dating your ideal partner. Even if you're successful and confident in other areas of your life, you might still act in this way towards women, especially if you find them attractive. It's a psychological concept called loss aversion, where men are naturally more motivated to not lose something than to gain something. For example, most men would avoid losing $20 than try to win $100. Now consider this in the context of dating. Many men see a woman they like, but they don't approach her because the thought of approaching her, the risk of approaching her, feels too painful. Thus, they prefer feeling comfortable than allowing themselves the chance, the risk to succeed. And a similar self-sabotaging pattern will happen when you're on a date with a woman you find really attractive. When she's attractive, has a good personality, and seems to be a good potential partner, and you don't meet women like this often, you suddenly become scarce. As a result, you start to think, don't mess it up, don't say the wrong thing, just play it safe. So what happens? You don't flirt, you don't take your chances, you don't push things forward. You don't take the lead, you don't do nothing, because nothing feels safer. And ironically, doing nothing is precisely what makes you lose her. But it goes further than that. Many men are not just scared of rejection, but of being seen. They're afraid she'll see your insecurities, see the real you, and then decide, I will try to change myself to fit what I think she might want. So they put on a show, they filter themselves, they perform. But here's the thing, if she doesn't like you for who you truly are, then she's not the right woman for you. There's no point in trying to build attraction for the long run. High quality women have seen it all because every man has tried something with them. So if you want to stand out, you have to do the opposite. Be authentic and unfiltered. Be daring and play to win. Consider this, when you're sitting across from a woman you're truly interested in, who do you want to be? The guy who plays it safe, treads lightly, and hopes for the best? The man with the guts who takes his chances, to flirt, to take charge, to pursue what he desires? Because let's be honest, she will only respect and be attracted to the second one. If any of this resonates, then good. If you want to improve your dating life, then subscribe to this page for more dating advice. And if you're a busy professional and an entrepreneur, and your life is in order, it looks good on paper, but you're missing this dating part of the puzzle, we offer free consultations. So if you want to see if and how we can help, go into the description, click the link to the consultation calls, and I'll see you there.